Hello, my name is Miladies. I am your spirit shifter here guiding you on your journey towards self awareness. And today, so the mic is on, everything is good. All right, so today we are on day 2 of our Dump That Shit series where we're picking a topic and, oh, what was that? We're picking a topic and we are writing down our negative thoughts on it to basically dump it all on the paper, get it out of our system. And we're then going to add positivity. What we're going to add positivity in the area we just finished opening up. For example, yesterday we completed our self talk, our negative self talk to self. And a couple of people reported back that they went into maybe childhood memories where their family members were making fun of them, while other people were in the present moment and what they're accomplishing and how they've been uh, either talking negative to themselves or remembering what other people said about them that has been in a negative mindset. So I believe that this is a beautiful, beautiful uh, writing exercise to help us declutter all those memories, remind ourselves that that was the past, and that it's not in the present moment, or you're not bringing it into the present moment. You're acknowledging it, and then that you're also combating it with something that brings value to your life in this current moment. So, Rich Rising. So, with that being said, don't hold back. This is a tough subject, and some of us may want to act like we don't do this, but even the Pope does this. Even the president does this. We talk about other people. We talk about other people, whether if I'm talking good about them, I'm talking bad about them. Even myself, you know, especially like if back in the days when my boss used to do shit, I used to be like, fuck out of here, da, 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 and talk mad shit. We all do because we get mad, right? So what happens when you do that? And you may not quite see the other part of it. When people come to me for venting sessions and counseling and things like that, I have this other perspective on the situation that helps the person go, hmm, ah, okay, I get it. But when we're frustrated in the moment, we tend to pour it all out on that person. Do we go back and reflect on that, or do we continue to pile on the negative talk on other people? Um, I have some examples, Rich Rising. I have some examples here. Like I said, we're all part of this. You can say to me, I don't talk about nobody, but guess what? When you at the store and the store man gave you wrong change, you calling somebody like, yo, why the fuck gave me wrong change, can't even count. That was me the other day. I'm not even going front. I'm giving my own example. The Ali guy in the store charged me extra. So I called my sister right in the morning. Unnecessarily, like I could have just kept that to myself, but I was like, yo, what's how this gave me the wrong change? What's wrong with him? He old, he needs to take a vacation. Beasting. First of all, it's not that serious. Don't take it personal. The store was packed. He was by himself. You know what I mean? But no, the ego me was. So it is a battle between your ego self and your high vibrational self, right? This talks about what we're used to seeing and what we're used to doing, where we can see the higher perspective on things. And so, with that being said, I always say first, vent, let it out. Don't automatically, if somebody does something to you or you feel some type of way, or because again your intuition is also working into this, right? So this talks about discernment, this talks about balance, this talks about not reacting before you think, not taking a step, uh have a breathing session, um Ask yourself, why are you talking about these people? Is it important? And if you are, can you begin to speak about this person in a more in a more positive perspective? For example, what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be out. Let's see if we structure it in a different way. Yesterday we just kept writing for 5 minutes. We will be writing for 5 minutes. However, we're going to do this where we're going to write in sentences, like the examples that I have, so that way you can be able to then go back to those sentences and attack those sentences. Hear me out. Hear me out. And this is a feeling that we're doing, right? We're releasing this feeling, we're releasing this emotion so that we don't have to get mad when we hear the person's name. This talks about exes as well. Oh, yeah, that's right. Exes, baby mamas, or baby daddies. All right, everybody, neighbors. This talks about everybody. So it is a moment for us to sit back, right? So I'm annoyed by my coworker. That's something that most of us have gone through, especially the coworker that talks a lot when you're trying to type and all those things. But one thing that you can think about is maybe that coworker has been having a hard time. Maybe they didn't have friends when they were younger. Maybe you're the only person that allows them to express themselves that way. Okay, that doesn't mean that you now have to listen to the coworker and not feel like they are annoying. Nonetheless, now that you may have some insight on why they're acting this way, you can place boundaries, right? Hey, I know that you have this issue and we used to talk at this time. Nonetheless, I have some work to do. You know, don't even worry if they feel some type of way, because you're building boundaries. So that way you don't think about them as being annoying. You see what I mean? And this goes back to our parents, us talking shit about our parents, especially talking shit about our parents. My mother wasn't shit. My mother. So when I express myself, I'm very passionate. Nonetheless, when I'm in the heated moment, I'm speaking in that energy. However, I have come to the realization that many people view that as I'm still being resentful, angry, upset, and things like that. Most times when I'm, especially me, because I had a rough time with my mother, I used to be like, that bitch. Listen, like I said, I got a good repertoire of being able to violate somebody. So I've recovered. I don't violate people anymore like that in a harsh way. I used to. I'm an Aries. So as I began to learn my mother's story and the reasons why she may be in that space, I then began to take myself into counseling, take myself into different spaces to understand more and hold space as well, rather than to attack her because she didn't get those lessons. But again, this is not a subject that we can be able to fully attack now. Right now is in your current situation, who do you talk shit about and why, right? Ask yourself those questions. And then now when we start, we're going to start in 1 minute so that way we can have 5 minutes. And you're going to start writing down those negative thoughts. The jealousy that you have of your friend, the I wish I can go here. I wish I can go there. Or the feeling left out, you know, um, I thought I was their friend. Oh, but they don't invite me over here. Well, they don't invite me over there. The feeling of being left out, all of that. Let's begin to write it down. And like I said, let's write it in sentences so that way you can have space to go back and write a positive aspect on that. Oh, let me give you some examples. My bad. I envy my friend's success. I do not like the way someone speaks to me. I'm distant from a family member. I feel left out of social situations. And then these are just ways you may feel about a specific group, place, thing. You can even say to yourself, I feel. That way you can sense to see if that's really how you feel, or is it just another thought you can get rid of. All right. How did that feel? You don't necessarily have to share the sentences because I know that this is very, very personal. Buenos dias, and we not trying to sit out here and do more triggering, but nonetheless, were you able to see a different side of yourself? Did you recognize certain things that you may have been annoyed about from another person? Excuse me, did anger come up? Did pain come up? And ask yourself with these thoughts, can you with the person that you annoyed, with the society, your work. What can you shift things in there? Can you change anything? And if you can, with a word or an action, then begin to figuring out how you can do that. So that way, those feelings don't interfere with what you're trying to manifest. The whole moral of this exercise is to remove any thoughts, feelings, or actions that's not going to allow us, or that's preventing us from reaching our highest potential. So that means that we are here getting out of our own ways by dumping this down and moving on. So started challenging, not thinking of examples until I start tapping into forgetting frustration. I'm going to share one because this is one that's dear to my heart. It's I feel angry towards my neighbors for not giving my dogs a chance, for not rich rising, for not giving my dogs a chance. I had my dogs, one for 12 years and one for 11 years and one for 13 years. And they never gave them a chance, and they was the most sweetest dogs, and so that creates anger and shit. I talked a lot of shit about my motherfucking neighbors because at the end of the day, it was like, of course, I chose to live here, so don't I'm not blaming anybody, and I chose to have the dogs, but at the end of the day, if you ain't paying my fucking bills, leave us the fuck alone. So that's definitely one of the anger and resentment that be coming up for me when I'm living in the space that I'm living. Nonetheless, that does not overpower the abundance and the gratitude that I have for the space, for this area, and for my dogs. So, but it's something that I know I had to get on paper. So, I gave y'all some examples a little earlier, and I'm gonna retouch those examples with some kindness and positivity. So the first one was, I'm annoyed by my coworker. Perhaps my coworker is going through a tough time. I'll approach them with kindness and understanding. Because one thing is to talk shit about somebody, but another thing is to actually speak to them and let them know how you feel. And that doesn't mean that they're going to be like, oh, okay. Nah, maybe it won't go well, but at least you express yourself. And it looks at is no longer looked at as gossiping. It's more of finding a solution, right? If there is a solution. I envy my friend's success. My friend has worked hard. There's the positive side. My friend has worked hard for their success. I can learn from their journey and celebrate their achievements. I don't like the way someone speaks to me. And this is the positive side. Communication styles vary. I'll express my feelings calmly and seek to understand their perspective. Boom. The main important thing of all of this is to be open minded for the other person's perspective, for um, their ability to express themselves, and you may not agree. Because guess what? You was born in a different time frame. You was born you was raised by different people, both of y'all, or three of y'all, the group, whatever. Everybody's going to look at a subject and have different perspectives on it. It is our job to not take offense to it as much as possible, and to be open minded and say, you know what, I agree to disagree, but I get why you're like that, because, or why you said those things, because of how you was raised and your life lessons. And you can leave it like that. That doesn't mean you have to agree with them. And that's one of the routes that I normally go, because I honor other people's perspective. I may not agree with it, but that doesn't mean that I have to now be battling you and now we ain't friends anymore. You are this, that, and the third because you don't agree with me. Come on now. I'm distanced from my family. The reflection on this is family dynamics can be complex. I'll take a step to reconnect and understand their points of view. I feel left out in social situations. The reflection. It's natural to feel this way sometimes. I'll make an effort to engage with others and express my thoughts. All right. So let's go back and let's see. Ooh, hmm, sorry, I was reading something. I like that. Yes. So let's see. Put some good positive mindset as opposed to us looking at it as it being against us. Make it feel like it's for us. It was built for us. It was there for us. You understand? So go into your beautiful sentences and see how you can reflect on those sentences. You can go ahead and write for 5 minutes, or you can go back to those sentences and write something positive. All right. See if you need a couple of more minutes. You know, this is really good. I want to share Rich Rising. I'm going to share some because, wow. Because mine's the me talking about other people. I really don't have reach over them. Like people that hurt kids, right? I get sad about that, and it makes me angry and upset. This is why I don't watch the news at all. Um, and even in my immediate circles, when I see a child being abused, I was an abused child, right, growing up, and I didn't recognize that until I actually took a child abuse class when I was older. I was 18, 19, and I was like, oh, wow. So anyway, so I recognize that. I have a vision for that. It's in my natal chart. It's part of my job right here on earth. And so when I see children get hurt, screamed at, and things like that, I get really annoyed. But I don't. A lot of times I don't have control of it because they ain't my goddamn kids. And the parents would be getting mad at me, talking about you ain't a mother, but bitch, my motherfucker, I was a motherfucking abused child, and I can see abuse when I see it. I don't give a fuck. So I may not be a mother, but I was a daughter. Come at me now. Can't tell me I ain't got skills because I ain't a mother. I'm not gonna know how to take care of kids. Shut the fuck up. Anyway, yeah, see? All right. So I said to myself, I can only assist children who are within my reach with the assistance from God's source universe. That's all I can do, right? And that would allow me to release that anger and pain. There's nothing that I can do for the kid that is being hurt if they're not around, you know? Anyways, y'all see how I really love the children. Um, and then another thing is, I have this radar when people be bullying people, obviously, because I was bullied, right? And so, with that being said, when I see adults bullying other adults, that shit fucking annoys me because I'm like, are you serious? Right? It's like, so I'm telling you, I be getting upset for other people. And so, I put, everyone has the right to stand up for themselves. Therefore, I can bring awareness to the situation and do my best to step aside for miracles to happen. You know, that way I don't get mad or upset, right? And I don't talk shit about the other person for bullying the other person. So this is not like recently, but I know that this is something that I've been doing since I was really young, and I've always been defending people. Listen, when I was young, my mother used to call me a referee. And I think that has to do with my Libra being in my midheaven. So I bring balance to a lot of situations, literally a lot of situations. People's about to fight, and I'll be like, whoa, 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 whoa. And then things don't happen. So that's good, right? But for the most part, I'd be in a sense in defense mode for a lot of other people, because I can see it. So I see I'm gonna have to work on that. How do you guys feel about the project? Can you sense now how some of these things may be blocking you? I mean, I sure did. Like, I really don't need to be thinking about certain things that annoys me and gets me mad. And I'll call my sister and I'll be like, why are the children dying? Like, I go in, and my sister, she just listens to me, and then, I come back and I reflect, and then I go, okay, there's nothing I could do for those children, but, like, maybe send energy healing if it reaches them and things like that. But it does consume some of my day-to-day activities. Not anymore. All right. So tomorrow we will be talking about nutrition, our health, our body, the way we eat, how poorly we speak to ourselves when we don't drink too much water, when we ate too much bread. Listen, this is a great exercise while Thanksgiving is coming up for those of you who celebrate that or who, tend to overeat over the holidays. You probably starving yourself throughout the whole year. And then now you talking about, I don't want to eat Thanksgiving. Listen, we're bringing balance to all of this. This is to bring balance to one, understand that these thoughts are there, but that they also have to come out one way or another. And then we have the courage and the ability to replace that. And also, yesterday, someone reminded me from affirmation and affirmations, this exercise, when we're writing the positive side to things, became a bit more easier because we already had infused ourselves with positivity and attacking our negative Nancy during that time. So you can use the how is it so easy for me to not get involved when other people's getting bullied? You know, it is, right? This is very empowering. All right, so let me give y'all beautiful messages, and I'm gonna take another nap because yesterday was another nap, and I just woke up. But listen, I'm exhausted. You know how when I was going like this on a train, fishing, they call this, oh, you going fishing? Bitch, I was going fishing. I was going, why am I cursing so much today? Jesus Christ, and it's Sunday. Um, Let me see what y'all writing. How loud? Eh. Cursing part, the dump. I ain't dumping that shit. You know what? It's soothing, but I know that a lot of people say, "Oh, it's not good to curse." I don't know. I'm with you. I'm exhausted too. Yeah. Okay. All right. So my message is: you have the power to shift your mind from negative to positive at a blink of an eye. Reflection is the key. We just did this right now, so you can think about that thought that is annoying, is bothering you, and is dark. Reflect on it. Do not react as of yet. Write some stuff down, see where it goes, and find a solution to that situation before you actually go crazy on somebody. We might be saving lives here. We might be saving lives. I love y'all.